I woke up in a tent. My head hurt. Where am I? The last thing I remembered was the heavy purple cloud and a heavy high growl, perhaps from the dragon the locals told me about. Now I had to know. I had to find my way back to the place they knew as the end. First, I had to find some food and some new equipment. So I packed up the tent in a balloon that was tethered to the side of the tenant. Then I just had to find something I could use as fuel for the engine so I could fly. I found an old mansion that I thought could be a good place to start. I planted some crops and some saplings I had found on the road there. Then I went to a nearby town to get some equipment. After some time, I went home with new equipment and new tools. It was time to start some machines, but first I need to find some materials. In the village, I met some homeless people, so I offered to build them a house they could live in if they would work for me. So I built them a house. And while I was out looking for materials, one of the other villagers had built a house next to my fields. In time, I hope it will improve, but right now I have to live with waking up every night drenched in sweat. It's still the purple cloud and the sound of an animal grunting. Lord Kilroy never said anything about any dragons. Several times a day, I catch myself standing and thinking back to my own village of Noxdonia, with my house, the train, the sawmill, McNeely's farm, and Dross's delicacy. No one here knows about chocolate. I can feel deep inside myself that I am very angry with Lord Kilroy. But what did I expect? He is the Lord of the Dark Circle. I should have listened to the Queen of Trelawney. She had warned me about him several times. She always referred to him as the Black Snake. Maybe there was something about it. The old abandoned house I had settled in was turning into a small town. More and more people came, and I spent more and more time making new beds and setting up more walls. The space in the otherwise large house is getting smaller and smaller. With the upcoming machines, I would be able to make a lot of materials so the town could get some more houses. As time went by, nightmares became dreams, and instead of waking up in a lake of sweat, it was more of an empty void in the heart. The old forest that led to the town buzzed with life, with all the shops and houses, my house with a statue of myself in front of the house. My own kingdom, where I know where all the resources are and where I can find them. Understand me right. I want a good adventure as much as the next one, but on my own terms. I have to get back to the end. There must be a way to get back to my own world. I'm really looking forward to seeing Lord Kilroy's flabby smile disappear from his face, but one thing at a time. Now it is time to make the machines. Then we have to see if I can trade for some ender pearls. Then I can find that bloody overturned portal again. I loaded the cannons and went to town to do some shopping. In the town, I spoke to a villager who told me that according to legend, there should be an underground fort to the south and that there was probably a portal in the fort. They said that there should also be an old library too, which should perhaps be able to tell us about what happened in the past. At home by the villa, the cannons had finished making a house and a station where we can get the train to run past so that you can get back and forth quickly between the other cities. Although I want to go home to my own kingdom as soon as possible, I still don't want to leave the new land without giving them a little of my knowledge. and who knows, maybe at some point I will find a way to travel between the different worlds. Maybe there's an explanation in that old library the others talked about. But right now, I would focus on getting a train line between the nearest cities, and then I can find the fort and see if there should be a portal to the end. After looking for a long time, I found a place where I thought there might be an underground fort. That's where the pearls ended up pointing me to. I started digging, hoping to find the portal and the old library. There was a fire burning inside me. I wanted to go home to my friends, my family, my life in my own kingdom. Then I would find Lord Kilroy and hold him accountable for all the things we have seen him do before. This time he had crossed the line. After scouring the old library in my search for clues, without success, there was no sign that anyone had returned home after going through the portal. So I went home. It had almost become a small town. More and more people had arrived and more had built houses. The train had started to run and there was happiness in the air. I talked to one of the merchants about setting up a big tent so we could have a farewell party and I could say a proper goodbye to all my new friends. I got ready and headed towards the portal. I had left my house to a family with the hope of returning one day, but it was still unknown if that was even a possibility. Farewell, my new friends. May life be good to you. Thank you for watching. You are very welcome to like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. I found my microphone did not work correctly. I would like to thank TTS OpenAI for helping with text-to-speech. Without your help, my film would not have been made. Thank you.